Now, I thought this would be an interesting topic to go and bring up, because this is the type of discussion that I've had multiple times with people, but never actually did it in video form. Have you ever purchased a console or handheld or anything like that for one game? Just one game was the main reason why you got that. Now, for me, I can think of 3 different platforms, all of which just so happen to be handheld systems, that I bought just for one game. Now, 2 of the platforms I have tons of games for now, but initially, whenever I first purchased the system, it was for only one game. The other one is a complete and utter piece of shit and is so laughably bad, as is the game on it, that I went and purchased it for, but you'll understand in a minute. So I'm going to start off with the laughably bad one just because, well, that's what I want to get off my chest first. The Tiger Gamecom. The Tiger Gamecom is one of the worst systems, things, gaming peripheral, just anything in gaming. It is one of the absolute worst and fucking most worthless handhelds I have ever had the unfortunate circumstance of touching, let alone purchasing, in my entire life. It is so fucking bad. The D-pad on it is bad, the battery life on it is bad, the screen on it is absolutely horrible, the sound on it is horrible, the fucking games are on it are horrible, and the game that I went and got it for? Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2, you already know that I'm a die-hard Resident Evil fan, survival horror junkie, and I just had to go and have this version of it because it looks and plays completely different from the regular versions that we've seen on tons of different systems. So this was more of a curiosity than anything, and then I immediately regretted that decision because it was terrible. It was nightmarish. And not the, wow, well, it is a horror game, so I guess that's kind of a good... No, nightmarish as in my thumbs want to break themselves off from my hands because apparently I was putting them through some kind of fucking abuse by sitting them down and trying to go and play this game and control it. Like, it was running at maybe possibly 2.5 frames per second, and the sound, and it's just... It's so bad. Like, so fucking bad. I kind of want to get a Gamecom emulator, if there is even such a thing, and try to go and play it on there, possibly, because no matter which way you're holding that bitch, you can't tell what the fuck's going on. All the other games, Mortal Kombat Trilogy and Duke Nukem, Lights Out, I don't know what the fuck else I actually had on the system. It was worthless. It was. The commercials for it, stupid. It was Tiger, so what the fuck? I mean, they made the R-Zone and fucking Tiger wristwatches and shit. If you haven't seen, watch the Angry Video Game Nerd episode about the Tiger, all the Tiger things, actually. You'll understand why the fuck they're so goddamn bad. Or if you grew up like me and you grew up through the 90s and shit, then, you know, you probably had a whole bunch of them like, why am I playing this? I hate this. Give me a Game Boy, damn it. But that was one of the reasons why I got that. Then I actually went and got rid of it just because I found out I could get like some decent trade-in credits somewhere. So I was just like, be gone, foul demon. It was like having the Amityville horror house inside of your house, except for it was in a gaming handheld form. God, that fucking system sucks. Anyway, the other 2 systems just so happen to be the PSP and the PlayStation Vita. Now, you might be saying, but those systems are great, and they actually are. I have tons of games for each one of them, but when both of them premiered, there was only one game on each of them, both of which were separate RPGs, but I bought the systems specifically just for that, for the PSP, the PlayStation Portable. I went to get Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII, which I still say to this day is one of the best titles on the system. And I would love to see an HD remaster of it, similar to how they did with Type 0 recently, because it would just make a ton of sense. But I got the PSP just for that, and holy fuck, I have tons of games on there right now. As a matter of fact, they're all sitting below my PlayStation 2 collection down there, like Kenko Bancho Badass Rumble, which is a long-ass beat-em-up series, which is quirky and funny and lots of humor and shit. Really good-ass series. Trying to see what else I can see from over here. Guilty Gear Judgment, it's a Guilty Gear series, but in beat-em-up form, which is amazing. They actually had it as an unlockable mode within one of the other games. Then they just made a whole fleshed-out game in it, which is kind of neat. I have to admit, really liked it. The Ys games, YS, a lot of people will go and pronounce it a different way, but it's Ys. Ask Johnny, the Happy Console Gamer. He'll fucking tell you. But they end up having a bunch on there, and they're absolutely incredible. It's not a lot of the old ones, but I mean, they have new ones on there, and also some remakes. So that's kind of cool, was really going and digging that. I cannot see a lot of shit from here. Fuck, I can't. Okay, Final Fantasy Tactics, they remade that on there. It's way better. Tactics Ogre, same thing, just made it better. I mean, they knocked it out of the park. It was so goddamn good on both those. But Crisis Core was the only game that I wanted at the time, whenever it came out. That was the only game that even sparked my interest in it, because I was full Game Boy the entire way. I was like, nah, fuck all this shit, just give me anything that's Nintendo and handheld. And then that came out, I was like, okay, you got me. I love Final Fantasy VII, so of course I'm gonna go and invest the cash in it, but I think that it's long overdue. Go and remaster this shit and bring it back out for the masses to go and check out, because I will fucking buy that in a heartbeat. Also, comment below if you agree on that, maybe, unless you're like, fuck that game. Alright, and the other one, the PlayStation Vita. PlayStation Vita, I didn't have any interest in getting initially. I was impressed by the specs on it, but then I saw Persona 4 Golden. I'm like, oh my god, Persona 4 Golden! It was just, holy fuck, and everybody's just like, oh my god, Chie, my waifu, absolutely fucking amazing, though. There's new characters who show up in it, new ending, new dungeon, just all the stuff, new bosses. I'm like, oh my god, new animations, new story, lots of new stuff, I can't wait to go and play it, because I played through Persona 4, I went and I watched anime, still have not seen Persona 4 Golden anime, which thanks to all you lovely motherfuckers out there in the YouTube land, I actually got to find out about that. Eventually I'll check it out at some point. But Persona 4 Golden was my main reason for going and picking it up with the first game that I went and got, and I ended up going and completing it on a plane trip, as a matter of fact. I loved the fuck out of that game. I want to see that ported to everything. Wii U needs some more RPG love. Can we port Persona 4 Golden onto that? Maybe port it to the PlayStation 4? I don't give a fuck, so long as it shows up everywhere. Everybody should play that version of it, because it is fantastic. Oh man, is it good. Good stuff. Now I have tons of PlayStation Vita games, like fucking tons. Actually here, I'll grab a little stack right here. Gravity Rush, Muramasa Demon Blade, which is on Nintendo Wii, Trigger Happy Havoc, which is the Danganronpa. Oh man, I always butcher that fucking name, but they have like 2 other entries out for it, which is kind of cool. A Virtue's Last Reward. Wait. The motherfucker that I was talking about right there, Persona 4 Golden, oh my god! Touched My Katamari, which definitely sounds perverted. I did an unboxing of that, if you actually care, the Firefly Diary, but there's just a whole bunch of games there, and I have ones downloaded, like Uncharted Golden Abyss. There's a lot of games for it, but initially it was Persona 4 Golden, main reason why I wanted to go and pick that up. But I have to ask you all out there, console, handheld, whatever it is, whether it's niche or it's mainstream, is there a specific game on there that made you go and pick up that system? Either way, comment below. That's the point to the video. Either way, this is Alpha Omega Sin, as always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers game the fuck on.